Hello and welcome back to another Shadowlands gold making video. So today we are taking a look at a raw gold farm in Shadowlands, and we are looking at skinning in Drustvar. For this video we are recording this in the Shadowlands pre-patch, but I really do think the actual usability and value from this exact farm will go up a decent amount in Shadowlands itself, since most of it is raw gold from vendor grey and green items, as well as utilizing the materials we get from skinning to craft and sell different leatherworking items. So for this place, you pretty much want to go to Fallhaven in Drustvar, which is the first city in the Alliance campaign, and right next to the city you have these pigs that are part of a quest as well as a world quest and a bonus objective. That means that these mobs will have a hyperspawn and force spawn mechanic, so you can get a metric ton of kills per hour. Basically, the faster you tag and kill the mobs, the faster they will respawn. And this is where it might become even more powerful in Shadowlands, as you can kill the mobs even faster. If you're an Alliance player, then you are probably familiar with this place and know where it's located, but if you're a Horde player, you may not have any idea where this actually is. Either way, here's a map to show you the location, so just get yourself to Drustvar and travel to this exact location and you should be good. As for the setup of the farm itself, it's fairly simple. First of all, make sure you have skinning. This is drastically important. Secondly, make sure to be in a group. Here you have two options, either be in one 5-man group or be in two groups of 4 people. We did this in a 5-man group and it works perfectly, but being two groups of 4 will get you more gold per hour, because you kill things faster because you're 8 people instead of 5. As for classes, you want to make sure you have one monk for the statue in the middle, and for the rest of the group you want as many druids as possible. This is because druids can tag mobs easily with abilities such as Sunfire, which doesn't really have any travel time, so it's basically just the best class to do this type of farms with. You could alternatively be a hunter or any other class with AoE abilities, but if you're one monk and 7 druids, then you will kill the mobs insanely fast, and you will be able to pull the mobs insanely fast as well, so if you ask me, that is the perfect setup. Now you will notice I'm pretty much free skinning the mobs in this video footage, because I am the monk and the statue is keeping aggro of the mobs. My main job is to keep my statue alive. If you're farming this and you're playing a druid, you need to be able to pull mobs and skin mobs at the same time. This is where fast skinning and faster looting is key, so first of all make sure you have the skinning glove enchant or Darkmoon Firewater for faster skinning. Then make sure you have an add-on like Speedy Auto Loot, which pretty much cancels the looting window, allowing you to loot mobs a lot faster. By using an add-on like that, you can pretty much just spam right-click on the mobs under you, and you will skin them super fast. Combine that with a target macro you have on one of your keybinds to auto-target a mob and cast Sunfire on it, and you can skin mobs while pulling. So you're obviously farming for leather since skinning is important, but on top of that, many of the grey items from this farm is actually worth quite a bit. There is one item which is worth 16 gold per unit I think, and as you can see, I'm getting a lot of that item, and at the end, when I show my results, I actually vendor grey and green items worth 2000 gold after only 30 minutes of farming, meaning that even outside skinning you get 4000 raw gold per hour from this farm. Now that's not anything insane, but remember, skinning is what makes up the most gold from this farm, so getting that flat 4000 gold per hour from grey and green items is pretty decent. Now before we look at my results from this farm, I have an announcement to make, or I guess it's technically a form of a challenge, but it is also an announcement. So 2020 has basically been a horrible year for most of us, and I want to try to end 2020 on a good note, both for myself personally, but also for you guys. So with that said, if we can manage to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, I will give away an entire gold cap. For those who are unaware, gold cap is basically 9,999,999 gold, or basically 10 million gold. It is quite a hefty challenge, but I'm also basically giving away 75% of my gold if we manage to do it, so I guess it's a somewhat impossible challenge for a somewhat impossible reward. I also think 20,000 subscribers in 2020 would be kinda symbolic because of the amount of 20s in that sentence. So yeah. If we end up actually reaching that goal, then I will create a giveaway as a Gleam.io giveaway, and one random winner will be chosen to get the gold cap. And that is it, that is the announcement. So yeah, I think with that we will just go straight to the results from my 30 minutes of farming. So here are my results from 30 minutes of farming. Before I started to farm, I had 260,302 gold, and after vendoring greys and greens, I had 262,400 gold. So in raw gold, I got 2,098 gold. I also got some materials like 204 Tempest Hides, 180 Calcified Bones, 1,665 Coarse Leather, 1,013 Bloodstained Bones, and 771 Haunchy Meat. If we use the Coarse Leather and the Bloodstained Bones to create Coarse Leather Cestus, we can craft 126 of those with the materials we got from this 30-minute test. They vendor for 40 gold each, giving us 5,040 gold. So with those results, we ended up getting 7,138 gold in 30 minutes, with some Bloodstained Bones left over to spare for other crafts, and some Tempest Hides and Calcified Bones left over as well, which you can turn into epic items if you have some leftover expulsum. We also got 771 Haunchy Meat, but I doubt those will be worth anything this late in the expansion, especially since Shadowlands is coming in a couple of weeks. So based on my test here, this is actually a 14,250 raw gold per hour gold farm in a 5-man group. This can be sped up even further by being in a 2x4-man group as well, since the mobs are level 50, everyone should be able to tag them before they die. Another thing that can make this farm even better is simply having the add-on called Speedy Auto Loot, which pretty much cancels the looting window, allowing you to loot faster. I usually have this myself, but we had to test this on PTR, due to it being camped by a multi-boxer on my server, and I was too lazy to copy my add-ons over to PTR. If you're a druid on this farm, you pretty much need that add-on to be able to skin in between pulling mobs. And yeah, 70% of my gold per hour from this farm actually come from skinning, so having skinning is very important. On top of that, make sure you either have the skinning glove enchant for faster skinning, or use Darkmoon Firewater. Now, because I like theory crafting and I like leveling alts, I think this could potentially be a great spot and a great way to power level some alts as well. Since you can use Party Sync, and when you skin the mobs you will get the same type of leather either way, so you could farm gold by, for example, being a monk and leveling at this location in a group full of druids. And even if you're one of the druids, you can be lower level as well, since at lower levels you will kill the mobs very fast. So a 5-man group full of druids and monks could level up at this location and farm a decent amount of gold per hour while actually leveling as well. It's something I would be really interested to test out at least, and you could end up getting a lot of leather from skinning, which you can then use to craft into weapons with leatherworking, and vendor those weapons, just like I showed you in the video. Now, one thing that I did not take into account when counting the gold per hour was crafting the items themselves, as that is pretty much something that I do whenever I do something else, so I just spend my AFK time crafting those items. I should also mention that you really want to have rank 3 of both coarse leather type of skinning and bloodstained bones to maximize the amount of materials you obtain with skinning. This involves skilling up skinning, obviously, but also killing bosses in the open world and even inside dungeons. Basically, just skill up skinning and follow the quest you get from your skinning trainer in BFA, get rank 3 and you are good to go. So if you're a monk or a druid and you want to make some gold right now, or you want to try to make some gold while leveling, this honestly is a pretty good location, and as long as they don't nerf the vendor value of that leatherworking weapon, I think this farm will stay relevant for a long time. Hopefully they leave the vendor price as it is, considering this isn't the most insane gold per hour, but it's pretty decent and I like it. And that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're able to make some gold here if you decide to test it out. Make sure you give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and join my Discord server through the link in the description. If you want to go the extra mile, you can also check out my Patreon, either through the button on the screen, or through the link in the description as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.